So with Clementine being 15 to 17 years of age in the final season and surrounded by teenagers who some are around her age, a question has come up regarding Clementine possibly finding a love interest in the final season. What is up you lot, my name is Saif and welcome back to a brand new Walking Dead discussion video that was chosen by you guys. In one of my previous videos I asked you guys to participate in a poll where you guys can actually choose my next video, and the overwhelming majority of you guys demanded a video revolving around Clementine finding a love interest, or in general finding romance between her and someone else in the final season. Right before we start, I do want to say that the voting system in my last videos was very successful, and as a result I've done another voting poll that you can see on the screen right now. You can't actually vote from the screen right now, you actually have to click the first link in the description to actually vote. It's the same procedure. You click the first link in the description, it will take you to a poll where you guys can actually vote for free with no accounts required. All you do is click the video idea that sounds best to you and you want me to make and press vote. That is literally it. Also, I have to thank you guys so much for over 1,400 subscribers that we've reached recently. That being said, the support has been phenomenal and crazy. Truly, you guys are the best because we are almost at 1,500 subscribers. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. So the first potential love interest that I can find for Clementine in the final season has to be 10. Now hold on, I know what you guys are gonna say. Oh whoa, why 10 is too young for Clementine? Well, you guys never know. 10 could be into older women. Okay guys, do not kill me, I was just joking, please do not unsubscribe. So the first actual option that we've got, and the least likely option in my opinion, is Gabe. Now call it a shot in the dark, but there is a chance that the Garcias may be returning. I'll talk about it in a previous video, so check it out, catch up on the news and then come back to this video. But Gabe could be a potential interest for Clementine. So Gabe is a determinate character. Obviously Telltale do not like determinate characters. It's just too much work for them to actually continue on with the determinate characters, you know. All the determinate characters at one point die or are just gone off screen, right? So this is why I think it's a very unlikely option, because it's not really canon to the storyline. If Clementine will have a potential interest, it has to be someone that, you know, is in every single playthrough. I mean, in my playthrough Gabe is dead, but Gabe was 14 in season 3. Clementine was 13/14 in season 3 too. So no matter the age, obviously age is a big factor when it comes to, you know, finding a love interest. So no matter what the time skip is, no matter how many years the time skip is, there will always be relatively the same age. So of course Gabe is a potential one. However, I don't find it very likely because Clementine goes in a complete opposite direction. While if you do have Gabe in your stories, Gabe does stay in New Richmond with Harvey, yeah. So of course he's not going to really be a likely option, but he is an option and there is a chance nonetheless. So let's get into the proper, the real choices, the real options that Clementine could have during the final season. So the second option is Marlin. So obviously Marlin is a main character that is set to appear in season 4 of The Walking Dead. He is said to be the leader of the boarding school. So the reason why I said Marlin is because Marlin is in his late teens. Clementine is predicted to be around 15 to 17 years of age in the final season. It's not confirmed, that's why it says 15 to 17. However, 15, 16 is around mid-teens, and I'd say 17, 18, 19 is late teens. So if Clementine is around 17 years of age, I would say that, you know, the age gap is fine. That's a check, you know, it's alright in that sort of sense, you know, there isn't an age gap. Marlin is the leader of the boarding school. So you might be wondering, why did I mention this twice? Why is that important that Marlin is the leader of the boarding school? Why I think this is important is because it kind of shows the potential interest, the potential similarities between Marlin and Clementine. Both Marlin and Clementine do have a sense of leadership. You know, Clementine, although young, she's always been a leader. You can very much see that you know, she's very self-determined. She can do stuff on her own. She doesn't need people, but you know, of course she doesn't mind having people, but she's always been the one that sometimes takes orders. You know, she's always been very focused minded. You know, she's taking care of AJ, and since Marlin is the leader of the boarding school, I'm guessing that he is taking care of other characters like the younger characters of the cast, 10 and Violet. So of course Marlin and Clementine do have that similarity in common, that they are both leaders, and so this could spark up a conversation, possibly get them closer together, and you know, we'll see what happens. So I think Marlin is a very likely option. Of course, with both of them being leader characters, it doesn't mean that they both will agree with how they do things. Clementine might have a very different way of how to lead versus Marlin, which actually could bring them actually further apart. You know, Marlin may believe in more like forced labor. You know, he could be an evil character just because he's a leader. Everyone can lead in different ways. Just because they're both leaders, it doesn't mean that, you know, they'll both see eye to eye on certain things. I mean, he is in his late teens. Clementine is potentially in her late teens as well. They're both leader types. Nothing is actually known about Marlin's life pre-apocalypse, so we don't actually know what his, you know, personality is going to be like. So Marlin, of course, is a leader, like I said. Clementine is also, she has a very leader-like personality, so I can obviously see something like that happening. However, like I said, it can also further bring them apart because maybe they don't see eye to eye on how they should lead. Of course, we see this before in season 1, like Kenny and Lily. They both want to kind of have a role in leading, but they both obviously argued a lot in how to, you know, run this place.
Every day.
Then screw it up for everybody then, why don't you?
Oh, calm down, princess. I'll do it myself.
What's going on with them?
Don't know. Squabbling, looks like. Lot of tension with y'all, huh?
They have different ideas about how we should run our group. If they don't find any common ground, this whole thing's gonna fall.
So that's it for Marlin. Do you guys see Marlin as a potential interest for Clementine? But that is not it. Finally, but definitely not the least, is Lewis. So Lewis is, of course, a main character that is also set to appear in season 4 of Telltale Games The Walking Dead. Now Lewis is actually, he's said to be in his mid-teens, which actually could work out properly because Clementine is said to be 15 to 17 years of age. So I would say being 15/16 years old, I would consider that as mid-teens, and I'd say 17, 18, 19, like I said before, is late teens. So obviously Marlin is late teen, and Lewis is actually a mid-teenager. So in terms of romance, this is not off the list because Clementine herself could be a mid-teenager. It depends on, you know, how long the time skip is. The reason why I think this might be possible, and to an extent I do believe it could be possible, more possible than Marlin, is because Lewis is actually described as someone that wants to preserve the old world, such as art, music and culture. So he likes to mention, you know, fashion, he likes to mention the old world, you know, everything that happened pre-apocalypse, everything that happened before the apocalypse. So Lewis, I believe, could be a potential love interest for Clementine for this reason. The reason why I think this, you know, I don't think Clementine's just going to fall for him because, you know, he likes the old world and stuff like that, but I believe it's because of AJ. So obviously Clementine's taking care of AJ. AJ was born and raised into the apocalypse. He knows nothing about the old world. He doesn't know about art, music, culture, society, a functioning government, etc. All those sort of things he does not know. AJ doesn't know. Lewis, I believe, can actually spend time with AJ, you know, talking to him about the old world, you know, art, music, society, culture, fashion, all those sort of things, because AJ didn't have the chance to actually be born outside the apocalypse. He was actually born inside the apocalypse, so all he knew was, you know, how to survive, how to kill a zombie, how to kill a walker, how to make sure you don't get bit. You know, it was all based on survival and how to not trust anyone, really. So Lewis being there in the apocalypse, helping AJ, actually, you know, Lewis can actually be a character who kind of informs AJ on before the world ended, there was this, that and that, there was fashion, there was culture, and he even like dresses him up, maybe, I don't know. But I feel like Lewis could be a way where he gets close to AJ, and since Clementine is naturally close to AJ because obviously she's practically his mother, Clementine could notice the kind-heartedness of Lewis and how he generally is someone that, you know, has good intentions, possibly falls in love with him, I don't know, but you know, she could definitely have an interest in him because generally he's a good person. He wants to care for AJ, perhaps he feels close to AJ, and I think AJ could be the gateway to actually forming a relationship between Lewis and Clementine that is more than just friends, something like that. Now the bad thing about Lewis is in his picture he's not seen with guns, which is actually going to contradict what I say about Marlin, because Lewis doesn't look like he's one to kill zombies. He doesn't look like he has killed numerous counts of zombies. He doesn't look like the person that will go out of his way and survive. I think that character is more like for Marlin, and Clementine being a survivor, perhaps she can be turned off by what Lewis does, obviously, because Lewis is not really a survivor. He can be kind of seen as a weak person. Marlin is also seen as someone who is strong, you know, he's a strong, he's got a bow and arrow, he's got a gun, he's got a knife, so he's definitely the survivor of the group. Everything is balanced around here, really. You know, Lewis has definitely the personality, probably the charm as well, but he doesn't look like a survivor, so why would Clementine feel like she needs to look work with another person. But Marlin is a leader, but could be a bit more stiff, could be a bit more serious, too serious for Clementine, you know. They can definitely butt heads in terms of how to actually run a group. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is really it in terms of Clementine romance in the final season, and that's in terms of the characters that we have been introduced to so far anyway. This doesn't mean that Clementine won't find a character later down the line who she can actually fall in love with. Now, I remember during season 3, people hated the idea. I hated the idea too. I hated Gabe. I hated the idea of Clementine having anything to do with Gabe. However, Clementine is older. I'm still not sure how I would personally feel about that. I mean, I know Clementine is mid-teens / late teens now. She's 15 to 17 years of age. So I don't know how I would feel about her being in a relationship. I think I just prefer for her to be alone, to be honest. However, I don't mind. I just want the best for Clementine anyway in the final season. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the potential options? Who do you think is the most likely person to actually be involved into a potential interest with Clementine? And do you guys even think that Clementine will have any sort of attachment to any of these characters? So that's it, guys. Obviously, make sure to subscribe for more videos. You know, if you guys want me to do more videos like this, like if you like the video, it tells me if I should do more content similar to this. Comment so we can actually debate about what you guys think about the potential love interest for Clementine in the final season. Also, make sure to actually vote. Remember to vote for my next video. It's the first link in the description. It will say vote here and it will give you a link to just click on. Remember, it's fast, it's free, and it's very easy. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and in a bit.